Hey guys, it's Eliark, and we're back on the Magi Vale server for episode 3. Alright, so the plan for today is, let me get my dirt, all the dirt I got in there, just to get rid of it. The plan for today is we're gonna go ahead and build one of the islands outside after I sleep. Swear to God, I do this every time. I always start recording with y'all when it's nighttime. Kind of light on the server right now. Miss Palto's on. I can't ever say her name without throwing in a grummy British accent. I just can't. I did a little bit of work off camera. Got the gazebo built. You know, the little intermediary platform. This is actually an idea that Big had. And that was to put the carpenter's wedge slopes and kind of have downward spikes. And he also suggested that we do the same thing over here, and we make this be supported by chains. So that's something we did out here. Speak of the devil. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go off in this early direction. And we're going to build the island for Botania. Then I can get started moving everything off of the crap down there and move it up here. So I need to go. I went ahead and pre-made a good amount of the rope bridges. Okay, I start recording and the server suddenly gets packed. Alright, so we're going to take some of those, one of those, and we'll get going. One of these days I'll start an episode and be prepared. One of these days. Highly doubt it, but one of these days I'll try that. Yeah, for those of you who do not play on the server, we had some minor technical difficulties earlier. Apparently, the server was being grumpy, I guess is a way to call it. Alright, so we're just going to keep going out this way. Really? Alright, let me just line up a little bit. It's the only problem with flying. You don't always get lined up exactly where you need to be. And we can go ahead and grab this here. And there we go. That's where the Botania Island is going to sit. Right there. And if there's a little bit of choppiness, a little bit of badness on the frames, I do apologize for that. Part of it is the DecoCraft, and part of it is the trees. They're ginormous, and they cause lag to some degree. I mean, those trees are massive. Let's see, I'm 110, I think, down here on the island. 106. Let's see. 106. And I got myself stuck in a hole. And I believe highest point on the tree is 156. So these trees are 50 blocks tall each. But let's get on with building this. What I want to do is go ahead and put a dirt block there just to help myself get laid out the way I need to. And we need to figure out the exact dimensions that we want this island. Now that one is 27 by 27. I don't need anything that size just for Botania. So what I'm thinking we're going to do for this satellite is we will go, say, well, actually, I do need to double check and make sure that I center whatever I'm doing in a single chunk. So that would be chunk boundary right there. So if we go 1, this is going to be a pain to count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about middle of the chunk right there. So, yeah, I think I'll just leave it the way it is, and I'll figure out chunk loading for mana production later. I'm not all that fussed about it. So, let's just turn off the chunk boundaries, and we'll say this island needs to be 17 by 17. So if I want to make an actual full-on circle island, I'm going to have to try and remember the pattern for a circle in Minecraft. It's 5. You know what? We want 17 by 17, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright. So, there's, go this way, go that way. It's not going to be a huge island. It doesn't need to be. It's only housing the Botania. It's not like Thaumcraft where you need a giant tower or something like that just for everything that's in it. It's not going to have to be as big as, say, the Ars Magica island over here, or the aviary that I'm going to set up over here for Nev. It's one of those things. It doesn't have to be quite that big. But I was a derp. Hang on. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just put a torch there to signify that that is the center mark. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think 5 on the ends will work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. There's the rough idea size. Come out 2. Come out 2. Come out 1. Come out 1. Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll fill in all the rest here in a moment. I just want to get the overall shape and design complete. I'm going to have to pull out the dirty stick here in a moment. Right now, actually. And then the first block I place is in the wrong spot. Of course. Alright. So there's the overall size for the island. 17 by 17 is more than enough to get the job done. And I could center most of my mana production in this back corner, and it shouldn't cause me too much issue. So, with that figured, what I can do is I can start filling this in, and then look at, how long I want the edge of the island to be, the underside of it and everything. Just stuff like that. But I'm sure y'all don't want to sit here and watch me place dirt block after dirt block for a couple of rows in. So I'm going to cut here, carry on with this, get the dirt layers done, and I'll bring you back when it's time to start working on some of the stonework going down. Since I have yet to really work that on camera, that'll be what I concentrate on with y'all. Okay? Alright, be back in a few. Alright guys, we're back, and as promised, I'm going to show you a little bit of how to deal with the stonework on the underside of these builds. Now what I did do is I went ahead and put 2 full layers of dirt and a full layer of stone. And this just gives me a better starting point to put the blocks that I need to place. So what we're going to do is you want to come in one and just go all the way across. And you're just going to place like this and, follow the general pattern as it's laid out. And hopefully not screw up or get confused on your block placement for a second. I forgot that when I come in 1, I'm going to be placing 2 and then going my 5. But this will give it that and I screwed up. It happens. Thankfully I have Silk Touch for such issues, so I don't have to cook more stone. But this will give you that kind of inward design, almost like this. Like you can see where it kind of comes inward 1 block all the way down. And once you hit a certain point, you're going to want to stop going on the inward, and you're just going to want to do a flat plane. But one thing you want to do is, if you remember one of my other videos, I believe it was on the last Magi Vale server, I covered the rule of 1, 2, 3. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do rotating layers of 1, 2, or 3. So I have 1 layer of stone. I'm probably going to do 3 layers of this stone level. And then you'll figure out, do you want to do another 2 or maybe 1 or another 3? And that'll help give your island its dimension for total height. So we're just going to continue to place a bit around like this. And building like this takes a bit of practice, but when you get used to it, you'll start to see the different geometric patterns and the way you've got to do things and everything like that. And one thing I do need is the dirt stick, just to help, provide that layer that I'm going to build off of. And I normally just do it in the corners, because that's where I'm going to need that layer going in. So you put 1 of those in each corner like that, and that'll help you go inward. And you're just gonna, again, continue inward and just figure out how the pattern shrinks as you go. See, slowly we're losing that one block, or that spacer block in between the two. So it's slowly shrinking in, and that'll give you the appearance that you want of it having been more or less literally ripped out of the ground, kind of a thing. And I think, yeah, I'm going to go 2 on this layer. So I'm going to go another all the way around. Just like that. And you'll notice that you're starting to create dark spots. You know, just slap a torch down, and that should help deal with any potential spawning area. Yeah, perfectly lit up. So, for my next section, we're going to, again, go into the corners here. And this will, again, help you just kind of keep to that pattern and keep the area the way you want it. And I need to... Apparently the message has changed to the Celtic Festival of Samhain. I'm not going to complain. I am Scotch-Irish, so festival speaks to me. Alright. See, I'm starting to prepare. I had stone pre-cooked. And help if I could go the right direction. I did notice a minor issue with the hanging bridge, and that's after you get out a certain distance, it starts to disappear, but the islands themselves and everything on them are still rendered. So I might have to figure out something other than the hanging bridge going from island to island. I think I'm going to leave it going from the tree to the gazebo thing, but I am going to have to figure out a bridge, you know, going from here to here and here to here. So that's something I'm going to have to look at. Alright, and back to the building. You're just going to keep placing your stone blocks like this until you reach that point where you think you've gone down far enough. Now, I don't need it to be huge underground area, but I do need a decent amount of space to have some Botania paraphernalia built into here and everything like that. So, actually, I need to move that to here. Put one there. One there. And this is just to keep it from being spawnable while I'm building in it. And then I think we will put a bit of dirt here, and here, and here. Just like that. And you'll see it is very straight on, not that different. And I actually didn't need these bits of dirt, because I think I'm going to take this layer down another 3. But you'll notice that it's starting to get very smaller, but it is still extremely symmetrical. And what you're going to do to break that up is when you go to add in the rough in bits, you'll take out blocks of stone and you'll put bits of dirt, or I've actually been using living rock and leaf blocks and stuff like that. The infused stone from mining, just various things that you can get out of the ground normally anyway. And Silk Touch helps with that a lot. Now, did I say 2 or 3? 3. But just the various different blocks that you can find while mining, like your different ore blocks and stuff like that, andesite, marble, granite, all the things that you find in the ground in your world for whatever world gen you might have, those are the things that you need to think about adding to the overall outer makeup and such of the island. And that'll help you, for determining exactly what you want things built out of, stuff like that. And those are going to be what add your, dimension and make it look a little bit more realistic, like it's normal world gen terrain. See, now I've done a 3, a 2, a 3. I think that's going to be a 1. And then we're going to go in one more, and then I'll flatten it out. Alright, now we're just going to enclose the bottom layer of this. And just close it off completely. And the rest of the build you will figure from the outside for the hanging bits and stuff like that. Now what I do need to do is find direct center down here, which should be right there. Yep. And if I put one there and one there, I'm out of torches, but everything in here is lit. So what I can do is go straight through here, and that'll take out that center torch, which apparently is unnecessary. So that kind of worked out. But this is your overall island. That's the overall structure of it. Now, the rougher bits, like the hanging bits on the bottom and stuff like that, those are all entirely up to you, how you want them set up. So this is where randomization happens. You don't have, like I've said before, you don't have perfect symmetry in the real world, or hell, even in Minecraft Terrain Gen. You've got some odd little downs and ups and a few little dips here and there, and bits that just don't connect to anything, and just random stuff like that. See? Something as simple as that has already changed the dimension of the underside. And, leave yourself little nooks and crannies like I did right here, where I could put, some hidden glowstone or some of those infused stones that I have on the bottom of this one. Like here you can see the air infused stone, some of the water, a little bit of fire, stuff like that. That's how you rough in the lower half, the lower tier of it. And something else you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go inside and you're going to want to figure out exactly where, layer wise, you want to put everything. And something that'll help you in this is get rid of all the dirt. All the dirt, scaffolding, and building stuff that you did. Apparently there's an Adobe update available. Stupid. And, okay, there we go. A little bit of lag, nothing major. Just a little bit of lag. But, you know, various little things like this are going to, you know, help you determine exactly how the interior is going to be situated and how it's going to look and everything like that. Because I know I need a dirt floor for the interior. I know I do. That's a given for the fact that I'm going to have flowers and stuff like that down at the bottom of it. For all the Botania stuff. Alright, so I tore out all the little dirt blocks. And what I'm going to do is I'll just start to backfill all of this with dirt. A little bit more lag. I don't know what's going on with the, I don't think it's the server. I think it might be my computer freaking out a little bit. Power supply, I believe, is starting to go, and it's just not been happy with me lately. But just start to backfill it. And what I'll probably do is I'll only backfill one more layer, maybe. And that should give me all the space I need to, you know, just get everything done. And once you run out of dirt, this is why you have the dirty stick. And a shovel that just kills everything. I'm starting to think Efficiency 4 was a bad idea for a Man of Steel shovel. Okay, wow, the lag. Alright, so if I put one little torch right there, there we go. And I have backfilled as much as I need to on this little island. This will give me a good amount of space for doing what I want to. And I've got a good two layers of dirt down here plus a full layer of stone. So, having done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I'm going to check how long I've been recording. And then when we come back, we will discuss and do a little bit of the roughing up of the outside of it. I'll get a little bit of living stone made up and all of that stuff, and we'll just come back, we'll do a little bit of roughing up and see where we sit. Alright? So, we'll be right back. Alright guys, well, we've actually come right up to about time. So, I'm going to call the episode today, but we got a lot of building done. We got a lot of stuff done. If I take a quick fly around, we got the island's main structure built. All that's left is to rough up the edges, prettify it a little bit, get rid of a lot of the symmetry that's here, you know, bring this one out a little further, maybe shrink this inward a little bit, pull some other blocks out, you know, all the little roughing up of the edges and everything that normally comes with building custom terrain. But What I did do off camera, real quick, I'll show you. I went ahead and moved the mana pool, filled up here, and I moved the chest out of the main storage area that had all the Botania stuff in it over to here, and I tore down our mana production system down there. So now everything that has to do with Botania is located on this island, ready to be set up and get it going for Botania. And I'll probably do a good amount of stuff off camera, figure out the exact point of entry for the interior here, maybe prettify this up a little bit, shrink it down, stuff like that, essentially bring the walls in to match this area. This wall right here will be the primary wall all the way around. So, just square off the room, make it look a little nicer. Maybe even I'll just, stick with this pattern here and then use that wall length, height. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but that's going to be it for today. And this is Eliark, and I hope you have a good one.